I have everything from the previous milestones implemented so far. I have my game manager, which allows easy access to my game states, my title screen, my main menu, all of my UI, my player tank spawners, and my AI tank spawners, which are both held in arrays, as well as player 2's prefabs and transforms, and player 1's prefabs and transforms. You see in the code here. Oh, here it is. We have all of it in here. That was in the Unity. We make a list of the player controllers. We have all of the stuff spawning on start and the title screen being activated. We have where we'll spawn a player, we initiate prefab, the transform, and its rotation, and we do the same thing with player 2 when we spawn it, except it's a different prefab for the controller and the tank pawn and a different position. And same for spawning each of the different types of tanks, except for different prefabs and controllers and transforms. Here we also have all of my UI. So we've got my title screen, which is activated and deactivates all the other states. Activate this one for main menu, deactivate options, all of these, game over, things like that. It's all on my game manager for me to access super easily. We've got my title screen here, which I put a image in of just a tank that was found online, royalty free. It has its start and the options menu, and if you see, we get into the game. We start it and it starts. And when we press options, we go to the options here. For my options screen, we have got a bunch of stuff. We've got the 2 players, map of the day, sound effects, and music. I also included a back button so people can go back to the title screen to start the game. And as you can see in here, the sound effects are controlled and the music can be controlled. You can toggle things off and on, go back. Everything has a highlighter on it so the player knows if they're on it. Should go into the code. We've got I guess it's over here. Alrighty. In this audio script, I have it where this is how the music slider is actually changed. We have where it changes the volume, finds the audio listener for music volume. I have it where it will save whatever option the player has left it on, so when they press out of it, it won't just reset itself, and then it can load that value as well from the previous save, just to help the player out a bit. I also have one for my sound effects slider. It does the same thing, except just for the sound effects, it loads and saves as well. Now, my checkbox for 2 players and my map of the day don't work. I couldn't figure out how to link it all up, but if you see here on my map generator, my map of the day does work, so it changes depending on the day and the time and all of that. And as you can see, there are 2 players in here as a starting thing, and they do move on their own. Game music, I've got background music, as you can hear. And then in the options menu, we've got a different music. In the main options menu here, you have different music, which both are controlled by the music slider. I have sound effects in my game, so when the tank fires, turn the music down a bit. The sound effects up a little higher. So, for example, let's do this one. Oh, I think the volume's too low. As you can see, I've got a cannon sound playing every time a player or a tank shoots. I also have where, as you can hear when I click on different buttons and things, you can hear a slight noise for that. If we go into the game, we can see when there's 2 controllers, it has the split screen view, and each one has a different controlling for shooting and moving. Which, if we go to the code here, actually, let's go to the prefabs. I have different prefabs for each tank. So here's the first player tank. Its camera is split screen here. And if you go in the second one, the camera is also split screen for the other side. Both of the players have their own UI, as you can see in the game. I've got this health circle instead of a health bar. I thought that kind of was cool. Here it's filled, so it kind of just goes that way. And I have a lives counter, which shows the number of lives, which is 3. If you see in here, here we go. Script. We have a lives counter, and it uses the width of the images to show all 3 lives, so I can just put 1 on the UI, and then it'll show all 3 lives. And it adds lives, removes lives, things like that. See, there's 3 lives there, and then the health circle is above each of them. I have a game over screen. And it has a restart button on it. However, I could not figure out how to actually restart it. I know on click and all that, but I couldn't figure out how to actually reset the whole game. I did call the game over script in the tank pawn. When it dies, it's supposed to activate the game over screen. As you can see, there's no bugs or errors anywhere. Just my debug stuff that was there. That's why I cleared that. My code has a lot of comments so that I don't forget what I am doing. Health has comments as well. Coward tank. Stuff. My project is pretty organized. My hierarchy looks a little weird, but it's just because of all the UI. But all of my prefabs have all of their separate little areas, same as scripts. Got all these little folders here, my art, all this kind of stuff. As well as I added my little extra feature was where the audio volume is saved and then loaded. That wasn't a requirement, but I thought that's probably a pretty good feature. So it saves, and then next time it'll load it up. That is what I have. Thank you.